Welcome back to the channel. We've got something interesting out for you guys today. This is one of the FRT-15L3 forced reset triggers that Delta Team Tactical is selling. They were cool enough to send one of these out the channel for us to take a look at. So definitely appreciate those guys out there in Utah. So the forced reset trigger, man, you talk about a whole lot of fun wrapped up into one little package. Now, I will say these are not cheap. They are definitely a little bit more than I would want to spend. However, can you really put a price on fun? And I think that is what the epitome of this is. Now, this does come with a 3-position safety selector and anti-walk bends with the little kit. So we are going to get this put into one of my lowers, take it out back to the hide, and see how it operates. Kind of check out the mannerisms, how to set the safety selector and see what all that's about. And probably the biggest thing is just check and make sure that it works. So one thing I do want to point out, that if you've watched or looked up these before, you do want to make sure that this little hex screw here is Loctited and tightened down. I guess there has been some issues with that walking out over time. So I am going to go ahead and do that off camera. And unfortunately, here on YouTube, I cannot install this on camera, but if there's anything out of the way as far as installation goes, I will be sure to point it out when we get back. All right, so before we head back to the range, I figured we'd take a quick look at it here on the bench. Everything went together super easy, no issues at all. The safety selector was super easy to put in. The drop-in trigger cassette, easy enough. Got our 4 screws tightened down with the included star wrenches, so that was a nice touch. They included those for us as well. But overall, seems to be pretty straightforward. So it's cocked, so we can put the selector on safe, and the hammer does not drop. There's no ammunition. I'm not an idiot, and it's pointed away from anything that doesn't need to go dead. So as you can tell, there is no dropping of the hammer, so that's good to go. And then you put it on fire, and that will drop the hammer. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and reset it. And then to the back here, that should be super semi. Now granted, it's not going to do its thing with no ammunition, but you can kind of get an idea of how it works. I do like the addition of the safety selector. It's a lot easier to kind of keep track of where you're at and which function you're in. So I do like that aspect of it. But just to kind of give you an idea of the trigger itself in just standard semi, it's fairly heavy. There's a decent amount of take up, but let's pull it and try to get a pull weight for you guys. And you're looking at 4.5 pounds. That's not too bad. That's not terrible. Definitely better than a standard mil spec, so it is an improvement over that. But nonetheless, let's get this thing back to the range and see how it works. All right, so we made it back here to the hide. We've got our trigger group installed, got some ammo and some mags. Let's put them down range and see how this thing works. So as you can see, I got it on safe right now, so no firing. All right, I'm gonna click it up 1. You can see there, just like that. Let's take 1 shot. Okay. Pretty good. Now let's flip it over to super semi. Oh man. My gosh. Now guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. These triggers are not cheap. They're not. But I'm here to tell you, that was a really simple install for a heck of a lot of fun. We got one more. So again, let's go ahead. We'll try out safe. No go. Regular semi. Good to go. Let's go ahead and flip it over. Man. Oh. There it goes. But I tell you, I mean, it does what it says it's going to do. But nonetheless, I will put a link to this over on the campsite page, so be sure to check that out if it's something that you might be interested in. But it works. And man, it's a lot of fun. Now, just make sure you got some ammo on hand before you install this trigger. But if you please like this content, give me a shout down below. Let me know what you think. This is something that you might be interested in. Definitely be glad to hear your all's thoughts. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really does help the channel. As always, shoot straight. Later.